A mountainous day through the Sierra de Guadarrama range, the final paragraphs of this 2023 Vuelta España novel. Wout Poels wins from an escape, and American Sepp Kuss remains on top with just one day, one stage, one final step remaining in our Camino of Spain. On site in Guadarrama, around 50 kilometers northwest of Spain. A truly mountainous stage in this year's edition, and the longest stage in this year's edition, with Wout Poels surprising Remco Evenepoel and the team Jumbo-Visma finishing hand in hand with their American teammate in the red leader's jersey. The stage, 207.8 kilometers, 10 categorized climbs, all of them Cat 3 climbs, up and down all day. The longest day, the final climb coming at around 12.2 kilometers out. It was Juan Ayuso's birthday, setting 4th place overall, but the attention was on Jumbo-Visma with American Sepp Kuss on top. Teammate and 2-time winner of the Tour de France, Jonas Vingegaard, in 2nd place, and their other teammate, Primož Roglič, setting 3rd place overall. Attacks right away from the gun. American Sean Quinn from EF Education Easy Post was attacking, others too. Soudal Quickstep took control. Then it was Sean Quinn's teammate Hugh Carthy who went free. In that power move, well, we saw 31 riders, 4 of them from Soudal Quickstep. Mattia Cattaneo, James Knox, Louis Vervaeke. Jumbo-Visma had one man up there, Wilco Kilderman, Geraint Thomas, Leonard Kamna, Wout Poels, Rui Costa, stage winners in this year's edition of the Vuelta España, Romain Bardet, Marc Soler, and Finn Fisher-Black, the latter two coming from UAE Team Emirates. The action all day was dominated by the Belgian team in blue. Soudal Quickstep, Remco Evenepoel's team. Remco was out on the hunt for a 4th stage win in that white with blue polka dot mountains jersey. He secured all the mountain points and secured the jersey for when he arrives in Madrid tomorrow. Everything came to a head on that final climb, 4.5 kilometers at an average of 6.5%. And oh yeah, there were some cobbles thrown in for good measure. Remco's teammate, James Knox, was done. He still had Mattia Cattaneo in there, and of course, Louis Vervaeke, but it was Bahrain victorious. It was Tiberi working for Wout Poels, and Wout, with around 2.2 kilometers to the top, around 14.4 kilometers to go, attacks. A stage winner in the Tour de France, Liège-Bastogne-Liège winner, the Dutchman off free. He was being marked by the 22-year-old from Lotto Destiny, Lennart van 't Veld. He bridged up to Poels, the duo had a gap, then Soler bridges, a trio everybody was looking at. Of course, Remco Evenepoel, but Remco wasn't quite there initially. On the descent, bridging, then we had a group of around 5. Adding into that group, what was the BH rider, Pelayo Sanchez. 5 riders going over the final 12 kilometers to fight for victory here in Guadarrama. It was going to be a hard-fought one because eyes were on Remco Evenepoel. The pressure was on him to pull off something special, as every day when he's on the move. But today there was going to be a bit of a surprise. The guy who we didn't think was going to be the best sprinter of the group. In fact, maybe that's why Poels made his move on the climb. Well, he still had enough in the tank to do something more. Into the final kilometer, through the bend, Wout Poels attacks. And we thought this was an early attack just to disrupt the sprint chances. Well, it worked, but doing so, he also held off the favorites, including Remco Evenepoel, for the stage win. Now our attention quickly turned back to the GC group. The riders are climbing up the climb. We thought things might kind of shake up, and they didn't. Nothing ever really happened in the GC group on today's stage, the final mountain testing stage in the Vuelta España, before we get to Madrid tomorrow. Down over the final 12 kilometers, and it was a Jumbo-Visma party. After all the doubts, all the speculation, Jumbo-Visma coming in hand. It was Sepp Kuss and the red leader's jersey, holding Primož Roglic's hand, and of course, Jonas Vingegaard. Camera showed Remco Evenepoel looking so dejected, surprised he couldn't get the stage victory. Well, victories don't come easy in cycling, not even for Remco Evenepoel. Wout Poels celebrating. Bahrain victorious, really putting on the pressure in the final week. One, to try to upset Ayuso, setting 4th overall, to get Land up to 4th overall, who was in 5th overall. It never worked out, but Wout Poels pulled off the stage victory, adding to that Tour de France stage victory that he got in July. And the cameras quickly switched over to Sepp Kuss and the party that was going on. We were all there smashed around Kuss as he was celebrating First with his teammates, then with his wife there and her dog and the in-laws. His mother here celebrating the victory, and his dad watching from home in Durango, Colorado, all of the United States, because today the victory was almost secured. All he needs to do tomorrow is ride that parade lap around Madrid to get the red leader's jersey for sure. 10 years after the final American won a Grand Tour, American Chris Horner, in fact, here in the Vuelta España. It doesn't matter the GC results today. Those boys finished 10 minutes back, but if we're looking at the top of the standings, of course it was Poels over Evenepoel's dejected, Pelayo Sanchez, Van Etvelt in fourth, then Marc Soler in fifth. Guadarrama hosted many of the scenes of the 1964 film, The Fall of the Roman Empire. The Jumbo-Visma Empire reigns supreme. Looking forward to the Madrid celebrations tomorrow. But today on top is Wout Poels, surprising Remco Evenepoel in the 2023 Vuelta España.